This is the Star Wars The Black Series, the Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi. Get a quick look at the packaging. No number because this is supposedly a Walgreens exclusive in the US. Some artwork at the back. I picked up this figure at Hobby Corner. And here is Clone Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi out of packaging, and he actually looks fantastic. And it's not just the new head sculpt, it's that overall look about him. Here he is also with two other Obi-Wan Kenobi figures that I have. The Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 1 and Old Man Ben Kenobi from Episode 4. Now, if you're a little bit uncertain of where this figure came from, if you remember that old 2D animation Clone Wars on Cartoon Network was produced by the creator of Dexter's Laboratory, Genndy Tartakovsky. He looks something like this. Before they launched that whole 3D animation Clone Wars movie and the Clone Wars series and all that, the Clone Wars looked something like this. And apparently Obi-Wan was a clone commander, or at least dressed up as a clone, fighting with the other clones in the Clone Wars against Dirge. And they showed somewhat the origin of Asajj Ventress and all that. It was really a nice show, and I was a big fan of Dexter's Lab, and I really dig this look for Obi-Wan Kenobi. And for the first time, the 6-inch line, Hasbro decided to do this look for Obi-Wan, which was later on improved to what he looked like in the Clone Wars, which I'm still hoping Hasbro will do, an Anakin and an Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars armor and uniform that they wore on the show. I hope they do a Black Series version of that. But I was really very pleased with this figure. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. I thought, it uses that Clone Trooper base, which I'm not a big fan of, but it makes a few tweaks, plus that wonderful head sculpt. This figure looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let me just take these two guys away and let's talk about the figure in general. This is the base that the figure came with. It's like a shoe that you slip on, and it says Star Wars The Black Series. Not really a big fan of this because it doesn't really help much. They should have made it this way. They should have put the heel this way, because the figure is going to tip over forward more often than backward. And they should put the logo right in front so that when you display the figure, you see the logo immediately. But instead, they put it at the back. I'm not a big fan of this. I think this was a failed attempt. I think Hasbro can do much better. Also, they kept the peg holes. So why not just measure it out so that you make a proper base with a peg? I don't know why they didn't do that. Okay, so that's that. I thought this was a good look for Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's just a little bit weird because I know Jedi Masters were already ranked general. They already received the rank of general for the Clone Wars. And a clone commander is given to a senior clone trooper. So, yeah, not entirely sure where Lucasfilm went with this. Nice soft goods. It has a little bit of that sheer, shiny look to it. I don't mind. I love the brown color that they used for this one. Very close to the Genndy Tartakovsky design. The figure will still sport the same amount of articulation. They used the same base. The only thing they did change, though, is that torso. For obvious reasons, they had to put these studs or buckles on it. It's a new mold. They super glued it. I think on that it's two pieces, and they put the cloth and they super glued it. And that's probably the only biggest change they have for that. Let's talk about lightsaber first. I thought this was great. I think they did a very good job with this lightsaber. I think to a certain extent, it's a little bit more accurate than the Episode 4 lightsaber that we got from Ben Kenobi. This one's great too, but this one I think has a superior mold. I love the mold on this one. The only problem I have with this new lightsaber, it's that they used this shiny gray plastic, which I think doesn't do anything for the lightsaber hilt. They should have used this silver plastic, or at least painted it silver, because the paint apps on it is absolutely amazing. I love the gold and black on it. It's a shame they didn't follow through with the silver paint apps. That's a shame. Okay. Also, they've reverted to the old smooth peg for this. I think it's for the best, because over time that flared peg tends to get stuck inside the hilt and it would break off. And this one, they just made it tighter so it doesn't fall off. I think that's a good decision. The blue of the blade is a little bit muted on mine. I've seen another one which is a little bit darker, and one that was a little bit lighter, so there's not a lot of consistency with the blade. It's a little bit muted. I wished they could have given it a more deeper type of clear plastic like this one, but okay. As I said, the blade was removable, and you can peg that hilt right there in that modified Clone Trooper belt to have a peg hole, so that's pretty cool. Okay, on to the paint apps. And the main attraction for this figure, I think, other than that whole new look, Clone Trooper, Clone Commander look, is this brand new head sculpt. I really, really like it. It's Ewan McGregor. It quite possibly be an Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi look for him. It's a Clone Wars look, but I think it will fit the Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it looks very nice. It's got that new face painting tech that Hasbro's been employing with their Marvel Legends and Black Series figures. I really, really like it. If you're looking through several on the pegs, make sure you look closely at the eyes, see that they're painted on correctly, as well as the eyebrows, and they should be painted where they should be, where they've been molded on. Some of the eyes I've seen were painted a little bit too high, but not too bad. Nothing extremely poor quality issue. All the figures I've seen had very good spot on quality control on their paint apps, and that's probably the only thing I saw with the head sculpt. Everything else is great. The beard, great. Hair color is great. Oh, if you're looking through several, you will see some excess glue right here on the chest, and some of the chests have those scratching, like dark colored scratching, which is fine, not entirely a deal breaker. They give the armor a little bit more personality, but you can see a lot of smudges right there. That's from the excess glue right there. Smudges right there. Those are from excess super glue, I think. So just be wary of that, but not entirely a deal breaker. So some final thoughts on the figure. The figure is obviously going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed this figure. The official street date for this figure as a Walgreens exclusive is supposedly on September 9th, 2019. So be on the lookout for that. Best of luck to everybody hunting this figure down. Out here in Manila, we don't have Walgreens, so if you want to get this figure, your best bet is to go through hobby shops in Green Hills like Hobby Corner and Our Toys. There you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little video review. If you did, please let me know in the comments section below. Let me know what you think of this Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. If you're a big fan of Obi-Wan, this is a definite must-have. Click that notification bell so you never miss out on my latest video reviews. This has been the Star Wars The Black Series, Obi-Wan Kenobi as a clone commander. Thanks for watching.